everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome to the 2021 Tomato Taste Test series. So this year I've decided to do things a little differently. I'm going to group these tomatoes into small fruited, Oxhearts, beefsteaks, medium-sized tomatoes, and then colored or bi-colored tomatoes. And that way you won't have to sit through a really long video. You can just kind of pick which ones you want to look at, or you can watch all of them. And if you're only interested in a particular variety, then you can just watch that video. And then the videos aren't very long either. So I'm going to record this intro and I'm going to put it on each and every video. So if you watch one video and you see this intro, in any other video you can just skip over it. I'll put indexing to the video down in the description box below. So I started these tomatoes from seed in my basement. I have a grow room in my basement on March 21st. And if you want to see how I start my tomatoes, I'll put a link in the iCard up above and down in the description box below. They went in the ground on May 15th. Which was a week earlier than I thought they were going to go on the ground. But the forecast looked really good. That took us to Memorial Day weekend, and so I put them in the ground. A week after I put them in the ground, we had a real bad cold snap where temperatures got down around 40. So I did have some cold weather damage on my plants, but I didn't have any frost damage. But they survived just fine. They had a really good root structure, so they survived just fine. So today that I'm filming this is August 14th. So you can do the math at how long that was to get ripe tomatoes. Some of these tomatoes I've been eating for a while. I've been picking them, washing them, throwing in the freezer, and then I'm going to do a water bath canning for everything that I have. I think that's all I have to say. Again, I will put an index down in the description box below, and then you can just skip ahead to whatever tomato you're interested in. All right? Okay, let's get started. These are small fruited tomatoes and Oxhearts. Now, I've already tasted most of these small fruited tomatoes because they're the first ones that are ripe in the garden. So, the very first ones are called Sweet Pea Currant. And I'll put a picture of the plant right here. These were the first tomatoes that were ripe in my garden. It's funny, I put these tomatoes out like at work when people want to, like when I'm giving away tomatoes and they're like, what are those little red tomatoes? And I'm like, those are tomatoes. So they're about the size of a currant or a pea, like a shelling pea, and they're very good. This year I had very good luck with them. I didn't have any blight. Normally they're very blighty. I grow these tomatoes every year. That's how big they are. And there's the inside of them. They're really good. They do have a pretty thick skin. They're the perfect combination of sweetness and acidity. Perfect combination. Like I said, the skins are a little thick, but the nice part of it is they don't split. So that's really nice. I love to throw these in my salads. If I'm having like nachos, I throw them on top of my nachos. They're really, really good. One thing about these, they don't store very well at room temperature. They'll go bad quickly. So you have to ignore the rule about not putting tomatoes in the fridge and put them in the fridge, and they will last a little longer. So these are excellent. I grow them every year. They're a little fiddly to harvest because, excuse me, they're so small. So you just have to sit down in front of the plant and just pick them off one by one, but they're worth it. And these were my granddaughter's favorite this year, so those are sweet pea currant. The next one I'm going to do is called Jasper. So these are from Johnny's. They are this size. Last year these were a little smaller. These have replaced Sun Gold in my garden. They're not as sweet as Sun Gold, but they do not crack, which is really nice. I mean, you can, after 5 inches of rain here, they didn't crack. Prolific plants. They are growing up and over my arch, so they're coming out the top of the arch. Just really good all around plant. I will grow these every year from now on. This one is really sweet. If you're tired of Sun Gold splitting on you all the time, not only that, but splitting and falling off the vines, because you know how you have Sun Gold and you're just, the ground underneath Sun Gold is just littered with tomatoes. These don't do that. They are the perfect little tomato. Perfect. So good. Sweet, not very acidic. Really, really good. Another one that I am going to grow every year from now on. They are called Galinas. Originally from Siberia. This very sweet golden yellow cherry tomato is about the size of a quarter, produced in clusters. So here it is. Galinas. So these, very good producer, not nearly as prolific as Jasper. But they're also very good. Completely different taste. Jasper is sweet. These are also sweet, and they're not very acidic, but it's a completely different taste. So they are very good. They're just, I would say they're more citrusy sweet. And the Jasper are sweeter sweet. I don't know what you want to say. So Galinas Cherry, very, very good. The next one we're going to do is called Mint Julep. So I've had problems with these. If you've ever grown green zebra, they remind me of green zebra, where they turn a little orange. I don't know if you could see that or not. They just get a little orange, but they're mostly green. This one I just picked off. This is yellow, a little yellowish. But they split. They're a grape tomato. So this says this is a plum-shaped version of green zebra. No, I would say it's a pear-shaped version. Little sweeter than green zebra. And it was originally named Michael Pollen. So let's see how these are. That one wasn't ripe. Almost sour. Green zebra, very citrusy. That one is ripe. They taste exactly like green zebra. Very citrusy, not real sweet, quite a bit of acidity, but they're still very good. They'll be very pretty on a salad. So hopefully I get more. The plant isn't really producing that many fruits. It's not real tall. It's only about 4 feet tall. It is supposed to be an indeterminate, but it's just not growing very well. So, but they're very good. The next one that I grew is called Juliet. This is an All-American Selections winner. 1 ounce fruit is twice the size of a grape tomato with a different taste and texture. It's supposed to be kind of a paste tomato, but a small fruited paste tomato. I mean, this thing is just loaded. The plants are loaded. And one of the things I've been using these for is throwing them like in my pot roast, throwing them in my soups, throwing them in my stews, because they really hold their shape. That's what I really like about them. So they're really meaty. These have a very bright taste. It's the best way I can describe them. Very bright. Not real sweet. Not real acidic. Bright is the word that comes to my mind. So they're very good. They're very good, like I said, to cook with. And I really like them. I will probably grow those again. So that's all the small fruited ones that I grew this year. I grew like a regular yellow pear and red pear for my daughter-in-law. So she's got those. Other than that, I really didn't need a whole lot of small fruited. Between the Jasper and the Juliet, that'll keep me in small tomatoes for a really long time. So I'm going to finish out this video with the Oxhearts. Now, about 3-4 years ago, I grew a red Oxheart tomato called a strawberry Oxheart, and it was my most favorite tomato in the garden. This year I grew 2 types, an orange Oxheart and a German red strawberry Oxheart. Now both of these tomatoes didn't look like Oxhearts. It's like they don't at all. They looked like beefsteak tomatoes. So it'll be interesting to see if they taste like Oxhearts. I haven't really tasted either of these yet. I've been saving the taste test. German red strawberry Oxheart. It's supposed to look like that. It's supposed to be shaped like a heart. Not like a Valentine heart, but like a heart. So here are the tomatoes that I have. This one is kind of shaped like an Oxheart. This one is shaped like a beefsteak. This one is fused. This one is sort of shaped like an Oxheart. So we're gonna pick one of these. See what they taste like. This particular tomato tastes watered down, so I'm going to try a different one. Look at the inside of that one. Completely different. It's still a little watered down. Unfortunately, like I said in the introduction, we had 5 inches of rain before I picked these in like 3 days. So The sweetness wants to be there, but it's watered down. Not very high in acidity. It's a good meaty tomato. It's not the strawberry Oxheart that I remember. I'm a little disappointed in it, but it'll make really good sauce. The next one is an orange Oxheart. It's supposed to look like that. So this one, I have that size. I have that size. Both of these have some really big tomatoes on them. I have that size. This one has been in the house. This is really orange. And that size. So let me choose. So in case you're wondering, I'm cutting these on the equator of the plant, not pole to pole of the plant, of the tomato. Sweet, very juicy. It's got a good amount of acidity too. So yeah, these were very good. If you're going to grow these two varieties, they need to be trussed up because these fruits are so big that they were constantly falling over. So yeah, very good. Let me taste one that's not quite as orange. Looks completely different inside. I think this is one I just picked off the vine. Completely different flavor. Way more fruity. Almost a tartness to it. Maybe that one isn't quite ripe. Very good though. Very good tomato taste. So would I grow those two Oxhearts again? I mean, I gotta tell you, these plants are producing a lot of tomatoes. I have really been happy with the amount of tomatoes they produce. And if your goal is to get big production tomatoes with a fairly good flavor, for canning, these will be great. They're gonna give me a lot of tomato flavor for all my winter dishes. So I might grow these again. I don't know. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you check out the other videos in this series for my 2021 tomato taste test. And until next time, everybody, have a great day. Happy gardening. Bye-bye.